guys.
Hi.
My name's Vicki, and I'm here with my friend Melissa that I've known for how long?
About over 5 years now.
It's crazy, isn't it? Anyways, she has been fantastic in watching my videos and actually really getting involved in cooking correctly, right?
Yes.
She makes her own recipes and everything. And so I'm very, very fortunate because, as you know, you've struggled with me all week long, that you haven't been able to laugh at me because I've been trying to struggle cooking. So she came and volunteered to cook for us today. So take it away.
All right. So today we're going to be making chicken with mushrooms and asparagus. Did I say that loud enough? Chicken with mushrooms and asparagus.
There you go. Talk nice and loud.
So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to oil a pan. And I'm using olive oil, but you can also use avocado oil. And this is a tablespoon right here that I'm using. We're doing more than one serving, obviously, so 1 tablespoon won't be all just for you.
3 servings because we're all here.
Yeah.
So what are you actually making today, Melissa?
It is called, well, it's just chicken, asparagus, and mushrooms, but it's great for a nighttime dinner when you're running late, because all you got to do is throw 3 things in the pan, one after the other, and it cooks up in like 15 minutes.
Well, you know how I love cooking with just a few things. I think my kids will like this too.
Oh yeah, it's really great. It's really flavorful.
Hey guys, I know Lily and Jody, and I think I saw Mrs. Yearout on there too. I think Rebecca's probably checked in. Hey you guys, if you could think of a name for your recipe, yeah, shoot it to us. So go ahead, let's start cooking.
All right, so first thing I'm gonna do is I have some chicken breast cubed up in here, and I'm just gonna put it into the pan. Listen to that sizzle.
So because there's 3 of us here, she used 2 chicken breasts, right?
Yes.
So normally for one person, how much would you use?
I would use 1 chicken breast. If I'm doing this for my dinner and my protein for the day, I would use 8 ounces of chicken breast. If I'm making it for more than 1 person, I just double up on that. And sometimes I go a little extra on the vegetables because, you could always go extra on the vegetables.
Vegetables are good for you.
So we're going to turn this up a little bit. And what I like to do is, so I have some very minimal seasonings that I like to use here. And so I have some onion powder. I'm sorry, that's garlic powder that I'm going to use. And this is a tablespoon, but I kind of use it throughout every process. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of that on there. You can see it. Then, this isn't marked, but this is the onion powder. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of that on. And it doesn't have to be even because, we're going to kind of mix it all together. Then,
so, I will tell you, it's starting to smell really good in here whenever you start adding spices, for sure.
Oh, yeah. A little bit of pepper. I just eyeball everything, but some people, if I had to give exact measurements, I would say like a ½ teaspoon of black pepper and about a teaspoon of pink salt.
So now remember, as I always say, you can always add more later after you taste it. Even salt. I only add, you saw Melissa do a little shake. So do that, and then you could salt it afterwards as well. Now remember, she used pink Himalayan salt, all right? That has all your good minerals and stuff like that in there. So you guys want to go out and get your pink Himalayan salt, and don't use that processed iodine salt. You don't want that on your food. I will tell you, pink Himalayan salt tastes a lot better, doesn't it, Melissa?
Yeah, it sure does.
Right on.
And so what I'm going to do now is, while this is cooking, first of all, if you put the lid on the top of this, it will kind of steam the chicken and it'll cook more evenly on both sides. And it also won't dry it out. So you'll have some extra, water and steam for your vegetables, and this will make it nice and moist.
Right on.
So
that's a trick I did not know, Melissa.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And as you can see, can you see that in there? I'm kind of moving the chicken around and it's getting white on both sides already, and I'm just going to stir this to make sure it gets pretty evenly cooked. And I'll wait until this chicken breast is about white. It doesn't have to be completely cooked through because we're going to be cooking it with the vegetables, so you don't want it to get overcooked either.
So now, Melissa.
Yeah.
Can I use chicken thigh?
No, I wouldn't recommend it, not on this diet, because chicken thigh has a lot more fat than chicken breast does, and plus with all the water that you're getting from your vegetables and a little bit of olive oil that we use for this, you really don't need it.
Good answer. I was hoping you were going to answer that
Yeah.
right, but I knew you knew what was right. Now, asparagus. Why did you put asparagus instead of like green beans or something like that?
I mean, you know, you can put any vegetables in that you like, but I think it was just one of those nights where that's what I had on hand. I had some mushrooms and I had some asparagus, and I had to put something together quick. So I put those three together, and it turned out to be really good. And it was a crowd pleaser for my family, so I make it all the time now.
Yay! We
Yeah.
love simple recipes like that.
Oh yeah.
Now you are married, right?
I am, yes.
All right. So, and who else had the chicken asparagus mushroom dish?
My husband had it and he loves it. My stepson is not a big fan of asparagus, so if I ever made this with a different vegetable, then he would like it too. So that's why this is also versatile. You can make this with any kind of vegetables you want. You just have to make sure that you're cooking on the right way, because let's say you're doing this with spinach, you want to cook it less time than you're cooking for asparagus, because that needs to get al dente and it's a little bit harder. All right, so it looks like this chicken is cooking up pretty good. I should have, you know, if you were cooking by yourself and not talking to camera, you could just kind of like leave the lid on and, you know, do a few things around the kitchen and check it, but there's not a lot of space right here, so. Okay, so I'm looking at this chicken and it looks pretty good. It looks like it's getting cooked on all sides. So the next thing I'm gonna add is the mushrooms. Can you pass me the mushrooms? Thank you. And these are baby, we can use any mushrooms, but my favorite are Baby Bella. They're just a little bit more, I don't know what about the nutrition value, but I just tend to like the way they taste.
So Baby Bellas
Yeah.
have a lot more nutritional value
Oh,
than just the regular mushrooms that you can see in the store and everywhere. All kinds of different vitamins, definitely a bump up. So if you like the Baby Bellas, eat these instead for sure.
And so this is a whole 8-ounce package, chopped up, and I always think, I'm like, wow, this is a lot of mushrooms, but when you cook them, they shrink down, and then you look at your dish later and you're like, I wish I put more mushrooms in, so I'm gonna put them all in.
Well, I will tell you, Lily loves mushrooms, so you could
Okay.
put 2 packages of mushrooms in there, they'd be fine. And I will let you know, they're on sale right now at Kroger's, guys, so if you want to go get some Baby Bellas, do it.
Okay, so at this point, so now I'm gonna let this cook. I'm gonna try to get, if you have a bigger pan too, you can use it. I have like a bigger pan at home, but what you want to do is kind of like get those mushrooms in there with the chicken. I try to get them to the bottom of the pan. And so what I'm going to do now is I have some minced garlic, and I'm going to go ahead and add that.
Melissa, you like garlic, huh?
Oh yeah, I love garlic.
Well, what's your nationality?
Well, I have a little bit of everything in me, but you know, my last name says it all. I am part Italian, so I mean, if anything, even if a recipe doesn't call for garlic, I go ahead and put it in.
Yeah.
And I don't really measure it, so when people ask me how much garlic did you put in, I'm like, I don't know, I measured it with my heart.
2 cloves.
Yeah.
Remember, start with 2 cloves. Yeah.
All right, let's get all that in there.
There is no such thing as too much garlic in my world, man.
And if I notice that it's like a little dry, I'm just gonna put like the smallest amount over that.
So remember, pick a good heart healthy oil like avocado oil for this, or your good old olive oil, okay guys?
So I'm just gonna mix this in. And now with mushrooms, I kind of like to leave the lid off because the mushrooms are gonna release a lot of liquid, and this way they'll kind of saute nicely with the chicken. It's just a little trick I've learned from, you know, making the mushrooms a lot. And there's a reason why I'm doing them in this particular order, and maybe it's just my preference, the way that I like mushrooms, but I kind of like them, you know, a little bit, I don't know how to say it.
Al dente?
Yeah.
So, and that's a good thing with these Baby Bellas, they stay al dente more than those other mushrooms for sure. The other ones get all soggy and soft and all that. So if you guys are timing this is all about, I don't know, 5-6 minutes. And we're doing a lot of talking and cooking, so this is a really quick meal. And you can put this probably over some zucchini noodles too if you wanted to, right?
Oh yeah, that would totally be great. I think that would taste really good. And so as you can see here, all the juices from the chicken, and chicken and some of the mushroom is kind of collecting the bottom. That's okay, because that's going to keep everything moist, and it's also going to help you to it's also going to help to steam the asparagus we put in last.
Ooh.
So you know, asparagus is a hard vegetable to cook because if you don't cook it long enough, it's crunchy. If you cook it too long, it's rubbery and soft. So what I've found is that kind of putting it in last and just letting it steam in whatever I'm making, it will, you know, kind of make it the right consistency.
I just had a piece of the chicken.
I hope that was cooked all the way.
It was. Hey man, I've been through a lot this week. If I get salmonella, who cares? It was good. Well, what we do, guys, is she's going to finish up cooking this asparagus and mushroom and chicken dish. Did you guys put some names in there that you think we should call it? Please do. We'll go ahead and give you a little prize and stuff like that if we decide to name it. Because, Melissa, you are going to be putting together what?
A cookbook.
Woo! Woo! So a cookbook I am super excited about. If you guys come up with a good name for this, it could be in the cookbook. So come on, shoot me your suggestions. And what we do below is I will point down below when I get done with the video. Make sure that you go down and look in the comments because we post it all plated up, ready to eat. That way you guys can see what it looks like in the plate. Remember, if you missed this video too, or you want to see it other than on Facebook, we are having a YouTube channel. So go to the YouTube channel. You'll be able to see all the little recipes that we do on Facebook, just live for you to check it out. Anything else?
Yeah, well, no, that's about it. You got it covered all. I'm just going to add in this last ingredient here.
All right.
So I was kind of drying this. Sometimes when I'm drying vegetables too, I like to use paper towels a lot, just to get some of the extra moisture out because I rinse these off.
Ooh.
So the last part is I put in the asparagus right on top. This is a lot of asparagus too. This is like a whole stalk because I love asparagus.
Anybody driving by right now, you want to swing in for lunch? We've got plenty.
Yeah,
so
we got enough for a whole army here. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, you know, add some more of the seasoning I have. I usually put in a tablespoon. Sometimes I don't use it all. But this is just because now there's a lot of food in here and you just kind of want to mix it all together.
So do you put the lid on at this point?
Yeah, I put the lid on at this point and then I let the asparagus cook for about 5 to 7 minutes. You know, to your preference. Some people like it a little more al dente, some people like it a little more well done. But as long as you have the heat on and the cover on, it's moist enough on the bottom that, you know, it's not going to burn anything. And then I'll just put the cover on. And that's about, just gotta let that cook. And that's about it.
Thank you very, very, very much. We got lunch here, and believe me, there is more. So if you guys want to swing in, I got a couple plates. Get your booties in here.
Yeah.
Have a super weekend. I'm going to eat lunch with my friend over here, Lily, and we are going to enjoy every single minute of this. Thanks for watching, guys. And remember, like and share.